morning! Today we are going to learn about fraction. Sally has a pizza. She loves pizza. So yummy! And she said, I have a whole pizza. It's all for me. Remember, whole pizza, that means all pizza. But then her brother Ali, he likes pizza too. And he said, I'm going to get some pizza, just you wait. Sally said, I know you want some pizza, you only get one slice. And their mother said, you have to share the pizza, it must be split into equal parts. When we have a pizza and we want to divide it into equal parts, each part is a half of the whole. I divide it into equal parts. This part is called half, and this part called half. So, Ali take a half and Sally take a half. The meaning of fraction is a part of a whole. When I want to write a fraction, firstly, write a line, and we have two numbers, number on the top and number on the bottom. The number on the bottom that represents the total number of parts. Can you count with me how many parts in this pizza? Yes, count with me. 1, 2. We have 2 parts. So I write 2 on the bottom. And the number on the top that represents how many parts we are talking about. When we talk about the part with Ali, this is 1 part. So I write 1 over 2. It's called half. Pizza like a circle. When I divide the circle into equal parts, we have 2 parts now. 1, 2. I write 2 on the bottom. So when I talk about this part, this is 1 over 2. It's called half. And this part is called half. So any circle, it contains 2 halves. Their mother said, I'll give you a bar of chocolate. Can you split it in 2 halves? Yeah. This bar of chocolate, we can divide it in 2 equal parts. 1, 2. So I write 2 on the bottom. Ali takes this part. This is 1 part, 1 over 2. So Ali take a half. And Sally takes this part, 1 over 2. It's another half. Ali take half and Sally take another half. A bar of chocolate, like a rectangle, we can divide it into equal parts. We have a half and another half. So any whole, it's contain 2 halves. It's equal 2 half. Half plus half equals whole 1. I can divide a rectangle by another ways. I can split it into equal parts, half and half. Another way, I can divide it into equal parts, half and half. Put right on the fraction that represents half. Excellent. This is half. This is a whole one, a whole circle, not half. That's 1 part out of 3 equal parts. This is not half. This is 1 part out of 4 equal parts, not half. This is 1 part out of 2 parts, that's equal half. And this is 1 part over 2. It's a half. Now, when I wanted to divide this pizza into 4 equal parts, can you count with me? 1, 2, 3, 4. So, the number on the bottom is 4. And when I take this part, that's 1 part out of 4. That's mean I write 1 over 4. 1 over 4 is called 1/4. 1/4 or 1/4. 1/4. Here we have 4 equal parts, and now I take 2 of them. So I write 2 over 4. That's equal 2/4 or 2/4. 2/4. When I divide pizza into 4 equal parts and I take 3 equal parts, so I write 3 over 4. That's called 3/4. 3/4 or 3/4. 3/4. Here I write 4 on the bottom and I'll take all 4 parts. So I write 4 over 4. It's called 4/4 or 4/4. And that's mean I'll eat all pizza. So that's equal whole 1. Pay attention with me. Here, what is the fraction of the determined part? I determine 2 over 4 because we have 4 equal parts and we determine 2 of them. When I ignore this line, what is the fraction now? Excellent. We have 1 part out of 2. So 2/4 equal 1/2. Again, 2/4 equal 1/2. It's very important. Now, I wanted to write the fraction or the name of fraction. We have parts, count with me, 1, 2, 3, 4. And we have 1 colored, so I write 1 over 4. It's called 1/4. This, we have 1, 2, 3, 4. And we have 2 of them are colored, 2 over 4. That's mean 2/4 or 2/4. Here we have 4 equal parts, 3 of them are colored. So the fraction is 3 over 4. That's called 3/4 or 3/4. Circle the correct fraction. Here, the first shape, we have a circle and it divides in 2 equal parts and we have 1 colored part. So the fraction is 1 over 2. So the fraction is 1 over 2. Here we have 1, 2, 3, 4 and 3 of them are colored. So the fraction is 3 over 4. Here we have 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 4 parts and 2 of them are colored. So the fraction is 2 over 4. It's your turn. You can solve this question by yourself. Write the suitable fraction. First one. We have 1 colored part out of 4. 1 over 4 is called 1/4 or 1/4. Excellent. We have 2 equal parts and 1 of them are colored. 1 over 2, that's called 1/2. Excellent. 1 over 2, it's called 1/2. 3 over 4, that's called 3/4 or 3/4. Perfect. We have 2 parts colored out of 4. 2 over 4. Think, 2 over 4 equals what? Excellent, equal 1 over 2. You know, 2/4 equal 1/2. 2/4 equal 1/2. So the fraction is 2/4 or 2/4. 1 over 4, it's called 1/4 or 1/4. Perfect. 2 over 4, that's equal 1 over 2. 2/4 equal 1/2. 2/4 equal 1/2. Awesome. We have 4 equal parts and all parts are colored. So the fraction is 4 over 4. And 4 over 4, this means I colored the whole one. 4/4 equal whole 1. Here we have fraction 2 over 2. And 2 over 2 equal what? Equals whole 1. Yes, 2/2 equals whole 1. How many halves make one whole? You can imagine any whole and divide it in a halves. How many halves? Count with me. 1, 2. So any whole 1, it contains 2 halves. How many quarters make up a whole 1? You can imagine any whole 1 and divide it in quarters. How many quarters now? 1, 2, 3, 4. Any whole 1, it contains 4 quarters. How many quarters make a half? You can imagine any half and divide it in a quarters. How many quarters? 1, 2. So any half is contain 2 quarters. Don't forget your homework. Goodbye.